reveal that quantum time travel exists. Posted on December 9, 2015 by Sean Adl Tabatabai and Sci. Environment. 2 comments. 10 years ago, a Google employee, Dave Bacon, may have unlocked the secret to quantum time travel, creating a computer that could theoretically travel back in time. DailyGalaxy.com reports. Around 10 years ago, researcher Dave Bacon, now at Google, showed that a time-traveling quantum computer could quickly solve a group of problems, known as NP-complete, which mathematicians have lumped together as being hard. The problem was Bacon's quantum computer was traveling around closed time-like curves. These are paths through the fabric of spacetime that loop back on themselves. General relativity allows such paths to exist through contortions in spacetime known as wormholes. Why send a message back in time, but lock it so that no one can ever read the contents? Because it may be the key to solving currently intractable problems. That's the claim of an international collaboration. It turns out that an unopened message can be exceedingly useful. This is true if the experimenter entangles the message with some other system in the laboratory before sending it. Entanglement, a strange effect only possible in the realm of quantum physics, creates correlations between the time-traveling message and the laboratory system. These correlations can fuel a quantum computation. Physicists argue something must stop such opportunities arising because it would threaten causality. In the classic example, someone could travel back in time and kill their grandfather, negating their own existence. And it's not only family ties that are threatened. Breaking the causal flow of time has consequences for quantum physics too. Over the past 2 decades, researchers have shown that foundational principles of quantum physics break in the presence of closed time-like curves. You can beat the uncertainty principle and inherent fuzziness of quantum properties, and the no-cloning theorem, which says quantum states can't be copied. However, the new work shows that a quantum computer can solve insoluble problems even if it is traveling along open time-like curves, which don't create causality problems. That's because they don't allow direct interaction with anything in the object's own past. The time-traveling particles, or data they contain, never interact with themselves. Nevertheless, the strange quantum properties that permit impossible computations are left intact. We avoid classical paradoxes, like the grandfather's paradox, but you still get all these weird results, says Mile Gu, who led the work. Gu is at the Center for Quantum Technologies, CQT, at the National University of Singapore and Tsinghua University in Beijing. His 8 other co-authors come from these institutions: the University of Oxford, UK, Australian National University in Canberra, the University of Queensland in St. Lucia, Australia, and QKD Corp in Toronto, Canada. Whenever we present the idea, people say no way can this have an effect, says Jane Thompson, a co-author at CQT. But it does. Quantum particles sent on a time loop could gain supercomputational power, even though the particles never interact with anything in the past. The reason there is an effect is because some information is stored in the entangling correlations. This is what we're harnessing, Thompson says. There is a caveat: not all physicists think that these open timeline curves are any more likely to be realizable in the physical universe than the closed ones. One argument against closed time-like curves is that no one from the future has ever visited us. That argument, at least, doesn't apply to the open kind, because any messages from the future would be locked.